Welcome back. Well, guys, before we talk about the Super Eagles, well, they say football is made in Germany. I think it's only fitting to allow you enjoy what happened in the German Bundesliga, the opening week of the German Bundesliga. A lot of stories already in the wires. Talk about people not happy that the German Bundesliga is becoming a one-team league. I don't know if you agree with that, but let's help you make up your mind by looking at this clip. Highlights from the German Bundesliga. You of course, you would see Bayern Munich's game and, of course, Borussia Dortmund all in action. Then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight. Welcome back. Well, I don't know what you can say about those goals. The Alonso goal for me was out of this world. Let me bring you to this. It's interesting. Onyemuchi, is it gradually becoming a one-team league? I mean, off air, you were talking about those guys having the power to buy anybody. Anybody does well against Bayern next season is wearing a Bayern shirt. We'll give kudos to Dortmund, but the opposition is just not strong enough.
Yeah, I think Dortmund has suffered severely from this
Bayern.
From Bayern. Well, it's left for the other teams in the Bundesliga to step up their game. If you want to, strip Bayern of the title, you must also buy players.
And not be willing to sell.
And not be willing to sell. If you sell your best players like they sold to Lewandowski and the rest, then what it means is that you have considered the title already. And we saw it the way Bayern totally decimated their opponents. Lewandowski scoring a hat-trick, and the Dortmund to Aubameyang. And the interesting thing is that the two strikers, are always fighting for who will score more than the person. When Lewandowski scored, Aubameyang sent a tweet congratulating him, and Lewandowski also reciprocated the day after by sending a tweet to congratulate Aubameyang. So you could see healthy rivalry among them. But for Bayern, it's always one way. I don't see anything. Dortmund tried some seasons ago to give them a good fight, even in the Champions League.
When Jurgen Klopp was there, won it twice.
Yeah, won it twice, but they are still on top.
I mean, Toby, what must happen before it becomes a competition? Should we wait for somebody from China to buy a club in Germany? You know what the revolution that has happened in France now, with money available to PSG. Would that kind of thing happen before somebody gives Bayern a push?
Yeah, that would be the best way to go, because at this moment, no team in the Bundesliga can compete with Bayern in terms of finance.
The buying power.
The buying powers, that they've got a lot of cash to spend. I mean, if you're the best player in the Bundesliga, you're not playing for Bayern. Bayern can break their bank and get you to play, in their team. So, I mean, if there will be a revolution and then there will be another team that will dominate Bayern or push Bayern down
aside, there
will be a lot of investors coming to the Bundesliga. Look at what has happened in the EPL. In the past, you see Man United dominated for long. Now there's a certain Man City who were pushed, by a big owner who could also spend, who could also compete with United and the rest in the market. So at this moment, what the likes of Dortmund and the rest, in the Bundesliga is a very, big owner that could also, do a lot of good business for them and make sure most of these quality players stay with them, build a team, and then contest with Bayern.
Bottom line is, like Oyemuchi said, other clubs should be ambitious. If you are not ambitious, it's going to continue the way it is.
But sometimes you'll be tempted, when the cash comes to you, unless if you have an owner who say, "Hold, I want you to be here. We don't want to sell. We also want to win the title. Okay. We also want to compete well in the UEFA Champions League."
Okay, let's move on. Let's come home now and talk about the Super Eagles in the 2017 AFCON qualifiers. A lot of us really don't like talking about it. We're out of it. We're not going to be in the Nations Cup. But there's still something that we can get from this game. We could use it as a launching pad. We could, it could start off our preparation. But only let me really come to you. What are the updates from the camp of the Super Eagles? Who is in, who is out? We hear some of the big boys will be coming in tomorrow. But as of today, what's the news from the camp of the Super Eagles?
Before I even left my office last night, the story was that Brownie Deye was already at the Le Meridian hotel of the Eagles.
Early bird.
Yeah, he was the early bird. And a couple of players, Ikechukwu Ezenwa, Jamiu Alimi, Imo Ezekiel, are in camp, and Mikel will be expected tomorrow, to hit camp. Then before we came on air, I read a tweet from the Nigerian Football Federation indicating that the coach, Yonat Raw, is already in Lagos. He couldn't get a flight to Uyo.
So he's not stranded as some people claim?
Well, not stranded, actually.
Okay.
We hope that he gets a flight to Uyo tomorrow.
All right.
What some officials have been doing, because like Toby also confirmed to me, that flights to Uyo are very, very few.
Yeah.
And some people, even the media officer, what they did was to fly to Port Harcourt and connected Uyo by road from Port Harcourt. I don't know whether Raw will be willing to travel to Port Harcourt by air and connect to you. So hopefully we believe that they'll be able to get a flight for him. And we also heard that a handful of players, according to the NFF Twitter handle, a handful of players are also in Lagos waiting, to be airlifted to Uyo tomorrow.
All right, Toby, I have to come to you. What can we get from this game? It's a dead rubber. It doesn't really mean much to us. Neither does it mean anything to the Tanzanian. But a lot of people are saying if Gernot Rohr is able to start on a winning note, that might be an indication of things to come.
Yeah, I think it's a very big game for the new manager, for the federation, and also for the team. Because the truth of the matter is, we won't have any game. We won't have any FIFA free date also before the game against Zambia, which will kick off the World Cup qualifier. So this is the only time the new manager and the squad, have together to spend together and then start on to build a team, and then mold the team for Roy also to start installing how you want the team to play. So the most important thing is that there won't be any FIFA free date apart from what we have in our hands this weekend, and then the next FIFA free window will be our way to Zambia. So like Oyen said, the players will come in tomorrow. Also the manager will be in town. Then work will start fully tomorrow. The players will be in camp, and then the manager will try to install how he wants to set up his team, how he wants the team to play. For me, yes, it's a dead rubber game, but it is very, very important
key
for the federation, for the players, and also for the new manager, because this is the holy opportunity we have in our hands to build a team that will compete against Zambia next month.
The word on the street, permit me to use that, the word on the street is there is no chance for failure. Start well.
Yep.
Once you take the wrong step, it's over. So looking at that, should we begin to judge the manager with the first game, knowing that if anything goes wrong in any of those matches, there's no way back, considering the teams that we have in our group? You don't want to play Cameroon and make mistakes. You don't want to play Algeria and all those guys. You have to get it right. That makes the game against Tanzania very important. But can we start judging how things will go? Analyzing General Toura's tactics in the game against Tanzania.
Well, Yemi, by the time it gets to Uyo tomorrow, between Tuesday and Saturday, barely 5 days, not enough for any coach to get his philosophy across. But I think Roy is a very lucky man. The game is a dead rubber, like all of us have agreed. But he's having the opportunity of seeing his team play in a competitive game ahead of the game against Zambia. The federation tried to arrange the friendly against Zimbabwe, obviously looking ahead of the Zambian game, since both countries are from the southern part of Africa. But that has not materialized, because they didn't send letters indicating when they were inviting for this game that they should also be released for the friendly against Zimbabwe. So for Raw, he has an opportunity to see his players. I learned that he's going to meet them officially tomorrow, all the players, the officials, talk with them, try to pass his philosophy across to the players. Whatever happens against Tanzania, we'll be able to see a glimpse of what he's able to pass across, his philosophy. And if they play well,
but not enough to judge.
Not enough to judge, but they must win. There's no two ways about that. Yeah, the reality is that they must win.
If you're playing at home, you need to win.
They must win.
Be a very good platform.
Okay, let me put you on the spot. What if we play well and do not win? Would that be, there are times you play well.
Yep.
Nigerians want to see the Super Eagles play well. What if it gives us something close to what we want to see? Like probably give us a player that's the old-fashioned number 10. Give us a striker that can score with his nose. You give us all of those.
That would not be possible in 4 days, to give us. Yeah, maybe for strikers.
Long time, yeah.
But we know we've had issues, at the middle of the park for long. So I don't think the 4 days will be enough for him. Especially with the players in the camp that can solve that problem. So, but like you said, also yes, like the game against Egypt, the game against Egypt in Kaduna, we played well. Yes, we drew that game, but we played well. Nigerians were really satisfied with the performance of the boys. Yeah, it is a two-way thing for Roy. Yes, victory is very key for us. We need to build a very good confidence going to the Zambia game, so the players could believe. Roy will also, take a bit of pressure off, because the matter is when Roy gets into camp tomorrow, the pressure
is on already.
The pressure is on with you, because Nigeria won't take any excuse from you. So it is a two-way thing. Firstly, they need to avoid defeat, because don't think Tanzania will come here and play. They will come here with a hay game. They want to play and make a save for themselves. So they should win, and also the team should play well. So that will really put the team into a good balance, going to that game against Zambia.
So if we do not win, if we do not win,
hopefully
we have started to fail. Should we just put it that way?
No. If we do not win, God forbid, if we do not win, and
it's a scenario we should even think about.
See, the thing is that from the selection of players, I think the man is just building on the friendlies, the last friendly games that Salisu played. And from what we saw in those two friendlies, some of us were actually clamoring for Salisu to be retained after those two friendlies. But he has, from the selection of the team, I think he's trying to consolidate on the performances.
And that's the best way to go.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. And I think these players will deliver. For me, the fullback, Musa Mohammed, very enterprising player. In the middle of the park, you have Mikel on the center of what he did at the Olympic Games.
I think even the right back problem is solved. We played at the Olympics.
He's already getting into his groove.
And the young man you just mentioned, I do have a problem with left back, but I'm not the coach. I'm not paid 10 million to worry about that, but I do have a problem. I used to be impressed with Kingsley Madu. He went to the Olympics. I don't know. Let's leave it at that. If we start talking about football, time will not be enough. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll travel abroad and look at football transfers. Join us again.